Hello everyone, this is Axel Ablaze, and in today's video we've got something very different, at least for those of you that are regular watchers. Today we're going to be opening the Gundam card game, Booster Box number 3 Steel Requiem. I know a lot of you come here for anime and manga conversations, which, and don't get me wrong, that is my main interest on the channel. But last summer, I got into the Gundam card game for the very first time. That was when it was released in English in the States, and I have been in love with it ever since. And over this past weekend, I'm recording this on Monday the 2nd. This past weekend was the release event for Steel Requiem, and I was able to get my hands on 3 boxes. And because I participated in the various events, I was also able to win another half box worth of packs. So in today's video, I'm going to be opening packs. I'm going to be talking about the Gundam card game. I'm going to be talking about other things. It's just going to be a very chill time going over things. This isn't any kind of financial review of this by any means. So if that's something that you're looking for, I will say that it's not what you're going to be seeing here. This is just going to be me talking about the Gundam card game, explaining it for people that might be interested in it. But if you really want to just stick around and see me open some fun and shiny cards, well, that is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be starting off here. I'm going to be opening up the random packs that I have gotten. So these packs that I'm going to be opening up, these are all ones that I won essentially for participating in the event and winning out on them. So there's literally no rhyme or reason to these. They're like, compared to the other boxes and whatnot, there is no like official rates on these. So even though I have a half box worth of these, that's not to say that my rates on these are going to be any good. Obviously I hope so, because these are all packs that I won. But as we start here, I'm going to be kind of going over at least some of the basic ones. As I get into more packs, not so much. But starting off, we've got Cyclops Team Base, got Rebo Colony, AEO Helion. These are all from various Gundam franchises. It's not just all one, which is one of the cool things. Full Armor Unicorn Gundam, Unicorn Mode. G-Fred from the latest series, Gundam G-Quox. Union Flag. Rekka's Shadow. Gundam Dynamis. I'm going to apologize for any mispronunciations on my end. Azzy Guruman. Peace Million. And we get to our 2 rares. We've got Gundam Death Scythe Hell. Ooh. Alright, so we're literally starting off here with an LR. So this is Camphor from Cyclops Team. We got our first LR right off the bat. Bonus card is an EX base. This is great. This is already a great pull. So I'm gonna put this up here for the time being. That is exciting. So we got a Camphor. That's pretty great. I'm going to put everything else off to the side and out of sight, because we are going to be opening up a lot of cards. So don't want to get everything too full right away. And as we get into things more, I'm definitely going to try and speed things up. But like I said before, I got into the Gundam card game last summer, which coincidentally, for those of you that are that have been on with me with the channel and whatnot, you'll know that was approximately when I stopped doing the 365 challenge. It is what it is. Go over this pack here real quick. The Masala MA mode, Warped Intent, Dauntless Flyer, Unheralded Attack, Zero Gundam, or O Gundam. I'm one of those ones where I have not watched all the Gundam. I really enjoy the series. I plan on watching and reading more. I just haven't gotten into it. Downs, Full Armor Unicorn Gundam Destroy Mode, Eliminate Target, Dual Gundam Assault Shroud, Over the River and Through the Woods. I gotta say, I do love some of these card names. Got Asemu Asuno and Gundam Curios. So 2 rares in that pack. And then we got our resource at the end there. So like I was saying, I got into the Gundam card game last summer, and that was when they released 4 starter decks, which in today's market are extremely hard to get, because Bandai really dropped the ball when this card game came out. Although if you're a fan of the One Piece card game or the Digimon card game, then you are more than familiar with that. Like, you know, despite having made however many card games up to this point, just nope. Still have the various issues there. And this is with the different starter decks. They had a blue-white deck that had original Gundam and the Witch from Mercury. They had a starter deck that was for Wing and Oz from Wing Gundam, or not Wing Gundam, Gundam Wing. You had a green and red Xeon deck, and then you also had the 4th deck. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? The 4th deck, and these are not the order of them, but the 4th one was Gundam Seed, and it was a white-red deck, featuring Zaft and then Akira Yamato's group. I was able to get my hands on 2 of every deck except for the Xeon one, and that was my mistake. It's been hard to get a second one ever since. Really hoping for restocks on those, but we'll see in the future. Got to our rares, so we've got Tyrion Tauzi. Ooh, alright, and we've got our second LR. So we've got the O. Jupitrus. This is, and funny enough, got the Jupitrus resource at the end here too. I'm really excited to play Jupitrus if I get a set of these. And while I was playing in the release events, I did get the alt art of the O. So because of that, I'm already sitting at 2 of these, which is great. But I'm really a fan of... I do enjoy my control decks. So the Jupitrus stuff, I'm very excited for. But back to the starter decks and whatnot. So when it first came out, they had a starter deck event, and you were able to play one of the starter decks against each other. They had, for every one of the events, they do have promo cards that are variations of cards that you can get in various starter decks or booster packs or whatnot. And they had like a Kira Yamato promo. And it was really cool just getting to collect that stuff. And the game itself is really fun. If you've ever played a Bandai game, a lot of them have very similar styles of play. Like, I definitely consider this very similar to Digimon, because Unfortunately, I never got into the One Piece card game. I did try collecting some stuff at the very beginning, but like I said, being able to get cards at the start of any of these Bandai games is so difficult, so I was just not able to do so. Here at the rares, we've got Kshatriya, Besarung. Oh my god. We got our first alt art. Providence Gundam LR+. Oh my god. That is amazing. Oh. So I mentioned, okay, I mentioned Zaft before. For those that are familiar with the card game, I am very excited to play Zaft. And if I can get 3 more Providence Gundams, I am set. Oh man, that is amazing. Oh, and again, these are all just the free packs. There were no guarantees of like me getting anything with that. Oh, I'm so excited. Which I guess I'll explain a little bit more here. Why I'm so excited with this. So, with the Gundam card game, there are certain rarities that you have. Just like any other card game, you have your commons, you have your uncommons, you have your rares, and then the one step above that is LRs. Those are the legend rares. And on top of that, so there are 2 additional types of rarities. You've got plus cards, which are the alt arts, like the regular alt arts. And for alt arts, you can get them in uncommons, you can get them in rares, and you can get them in legend rares. And obviously, like, depending on utility, depending on, you know, rarity of that, like the value does go up on them. And above the pluses, there are plus cards. These, and briefly just talking about like value and whatnot in terms of like the card game, pluses are insane. We are talking hundreds of dollars, because in these sets there are only 2 plus cards and then a plus resource card. Quickly go over the rares here. We got Masala and we got Eternal. Those. So I've shown, like, there's like a resource card or like a token at the end of these packs. Every box has one of the like a foil resource cards, but there is one resource card that is a special foil on top of that. And then the unit ones, like I said, the plus units, at least the last 2 sets, they were whatever the unit was on the box. For Steel Requiem, they bucked the trend on that, and they decided, yeah, we're gonna do Camphor and we're gonna do G-Fred, despite having Gundam Exia on the front of the box. And that was definitely a choice. Not that I'm complaining, because I mean the cards look great regardless, but just odd that they bucked the trend of that. Got to the rares, we got Z Gundam. And speaking of, we got Gundam Exia, Trans-Am. Got another LR. Show that off for the camera there. Really cool art on that. So at least in a normal box. In a normal box, you've got it where you're typically gonna get well, in every pack you get 2 rares at the very least. Each box has about 8 legend rares, not counting for any of the alt arts. You've got 2 alt arts, and then you've got 1 foil resource card. Those are at least the standard rates for any one of these boxes. And you'll see that once we get into the actual box itself. Like I said, we're just dealing with loose packs at the moment. But at least with them, with the new boxes, they did include an additional rarity. They included SP cards. And those are ones where they're essentially like special guest cards that are included in the set, but we'll see if we pull any of those. Those, like, 1 every 2 boxes is what you see for that. But got to the rares. We got Gundam Curios. Ooh, and we've got another LR. We've got Graham's Union Flag Custom. God, this card in particular has had so many rules questions, people like asking like, how does this card work? It's still gonna be one where I don't know if anybody's gonna play it, because the card, as I am just banging things around here, the archetype that it's for is not great as is, so we'll see if anything comes of it. But I guess I should actually talk about the rules and whatnot. So, for anyone that's sticking around that has not played Gundam yet. So, the Gundam card game, it's all about taking your units, your Gundams and other mechs that were part of the show. You pilot them with various pilot cards, and you're trying to take out your opponent's bases, trying to take out their shields, and then attack them while all their shields are down. It's a really fun game. There's a lot of back and forth. There's not any one deck that, like, at least up to this point, there hasn't been any one deck that is, like, just objectively the best, which is good. Don't get me wrong, there have been decks that have been toward the top, but it's a nice card game in that regard, that there is viability for other things. Got to the rares, we got Kshatriya, Besserung, and we've got another LR. I am doing great on these loose packs. Gundam NT1. Nice. I am very glad that I was, I guess, a really good winner in terms of what I was able to get. Oh, man. Lost my train of thought there. So on top of there being like the unit cards, like the actual mechs themselves and the pilots, you've got various like command cards that are ones that like just are like one-off effects, and then you've also got bases of various varieties. You build a 50 card deck. Most people have a very similar deck building philosophy of how many units, how many pilots, bases, and commands you put in. And you fight against each other in best of one. So, got to the rares, Masala and Eternal. So, very different compared to other card games. If you're somebody that like plays like Magic the Gathering, if you're somebody that plays Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, Gundam games are approximately 30 minutes, best of one, with overtime rules. So it makes it for usually very fast tournaments or release events or whatever, which I'm personally a fan of. I like being able to get in and get out, but that does mean that the element of luck is a big deal. So that is definitely a complaint for some people. Got to the rares, Look of Determination. Oh, we got another alt art LR. Oh, we got G-Quax Omega Psycom. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Wow, we got... Again, these are loose packs. I've got 2 left. We've opened 10. We are doing so well. Oh, man. I am very, very happy right now. And again, like I said, these are all packs that I won at the release events. So, with a release event, so if you've played like Magic the Gathering, if you've played like a pre-release event, it's very similar. Depending on the store, depending on how much you pay to get into the event, you get 4 to 6 packs. And then depending on how many packs you were given, you build a 30 to 40 card deck. No color restrictions. And then you keep going, typically until one person is undefeated. Got to the rares. We got Z Gundam. And we got Rao Le Creuset from Zaft. My first one of him, so I can build Zaft. No color restrictions, like I said. In the regular game, with Constructed, you're limited to 2 colors. And that's just so, you know, compared, like, you're not just building a good stuff of everything kind of deck. It's also just to promote synergy and just having, you know, having things make sense. Be really crazy to have all these different color combinations, but I mean, even then, like, it's with how the format has been up to this point, going more than 2 colors would just be so muddled anyway. Alright, so we got our last rares of the winter packs. So we got Zayhart Galette, and we got G-Bouncer. So, nothing crazy to end things out with what we got. So, amazing pulls with the 12 packs that we had so far. So we ended up with 5 LRs, 2 LR pluses. I am very happy starting things off here. That is amazing. So, we are going to get into the boxes proper now. Boxes proper. So, every box has 12 packs. We already went over logistics in terms of what to expect from these. So, let's get right on into it. In terms of the sealed and sealed play, that is actually one of the things that I really love the most. It's one of the few things that I still do with Magic the Gathering. Like, I don't play Standard, I don't play Modern, I play Commander with friends. But in terms of, like, playing events and whatnot, I only do pre-releases because I really enjoy getting to see the cards for the first time, getting to put a deck together, and playing against other people. It evens the playing field for the most part. Obviously, again, there's still luck with it, but got to the rares. We've got Improved Technique, Gundam Curios. Super easy first box, nothing crazy. So I really like that. I really like that with Gundam as well, because it allows you to experiment with the cards in a vacuum, get a better understanding of what the cards do. And it also, like, it makes me... I enjoy getting to test myself, getting to test, like, do I have good deck building sense? Do I have good play sense? Like, am I able to make the right moves with the limited resources that I have? And yeah, at least with the release events that I went to, the answer would definitely be yes. I got to the rares. We've got Red Gundam. We've got Tyrion Tauzi. Regular resource. Doing nothing crazy. We were very spoiled at the start of this video, I'm not gonna lie. With the events that I went to over the weekend, and I went to 4 of them. Because again, like I said, I really enjoy getting to play sealed, so the more I get to play, the better, and the more I open packs, the more cards I can get to play various decks, and I love building decks. Over the course of the weekend, I came in first at one of them. I won 3 rounds. The other 3, I only lost once in each of them. So, pretty good in terms of the deck building and whatnot there. Got to the rares. We've got a Healthy Curiosity. Oh. And we've got our first SP. We've got our first SP. So, Mikazuki August from Iron-Blooded Orphans. Funny enough, and just showing off that card, I actually opened up the other SP that goes with him with Iron and Blood. So with those familiar with Iron-Blooded Orphans, he and Orga, they do their, fist bump thing. So like side by side, those are the 2 cards. Like I said before, you only get these like 1 in every 2 boxes. So the fact that I got one of these already is just so good. And this isn't one of the ones that like it's one of like the higher rarity, high cost ones. That is some of the other cards, which if I'm fortunate enough to get, amazing. If not, that's fine. Like I'm already very happy with everything that I've pulled so far, but we'll see what else we can get. One of the things I have not mentioned though, card quality on the Gundam cards is amazing. Like Bandai cards in general, really good. What's really cool is that with like the higher rarity cards, they have like texture foiling, and some of them have a special foiling with them as well. And they don't have all the same looks, but the alt art, the art in general is amazing on these cards. But some of the alt arts are just absolutely gorgeous. I got Zehart Galette, and got Awakened Potential. Just gorgeous, gorgeous cards. And that's like, I will say with card games in general, you have to have good looking cards to really have appeal. That's not everything. Obviously, gameplay mechanics matter more, but when you have good gameplay mechanics and you have good looking cards, that's all great. That's all gravy. That's what you want. Like I said, I just really love the art on these cards. And me personally, I try to collect all of the cards in each set to have a master set. I'm still working to get one of each alt art. Like I don't get like full play sets of everything, but I at least want to have one of everything outside of the pluses, because those are ridiculous and I'm not paying those kinds of costs. But okay, so after some fun technical issues where my camera battery died midway opening through this box, literally after going halfway, back up, got everything back up and running. So the things that you missed with all of that. So I opened up the O, got that. Opened up a Gundam Exia Transam again, a G-Quux, a Mega Psycom, and then literally right before the screen went dead, the Gundam Age 2 Normal. That being said, the one opportunity that I did have, since I was able to stop recording, I was able to get the card that I pulled from one of the release events with Iron and Blood. So putting these two together, that's just, it's so good. I'm so glad that I was able to get both of these cards as an art statement for the art and the collection and whatnot. So put that away for the time being. One of the things I was saying though, before I got cut off. So when you're opening up these boxes of Gundam, if you open up 2 boxes, you should be able to get 4 copies of every common and uncommon in the game. Or not the game, but in that booster set. There's still a chance that you might not get everything and you need to get a little bit more. But generally speaking, you're able to get everything common and uncommon wise. If you want to get a playset of all the rares, even with getting 2 per pack, with the occasional LR in the pack instead, you typically need 3 boxes, maybe 4 boxes worth of cards. And then the LRs, if you really wanted a playset of all of them, you're going to need like 4 to 5 boxes worth of cards if you don't trade around. That being said, with me getting 3 boxes, me having played various events and whatnot, knock on wood, I should be able to get playsets of everything at least that I want to play. Rares for this pack, we got G-Bouncer, we got Gundam Fusion Rebake Full City, and a regular resource at the end there. Haven't really gotten a whole lot of tokens yet. I've gotten some, but I haven't gotten the one that I want to open yet. And when you'll see what I mean when I say the one that I want. One of the other things that I was kind of going into, got cut off for. So like I said, I'm trying to collect one of every card within reason. Like, I would love to get one of every promo card. I don't need to get the winner copies. But the only ones that I'm okay with not getting one of all of them is the stuff for the new type challenges. So the new type challenges, they're these challenges where they have special winner promo cards. They're all alt arts of cards that you can already get, so it's not anything where it's just like a unique card that you can only get in the new type challenge in terms of the card itself, the mechanics. It's just the art and whatnot that is exclusive for it. Got to the rares here. Hammurabi, Gundam Death Scythe Hell, and another regular resource. The unfortunate thing is that we got shortchanged on what we can get with the what we can get with the prize support for the new type challenges. So in Japan, everyone that participates gets a participation promo. Everyone that is top 8 gets a pilot promo, and then whoever wins the entire event gets a special unit card. It's not always a Gundam. For new type 3, we had it where it was the Cubile. But for new type 4, we're back to another Gundam. The unfortunate thing is that in everywhere else, they limited the pilot promos to the top 4 only. So it's literally half in terms of accessibility there. Rares, we've got Look of Determination and another Graham's Union Flag Custom. Great to see that. Got another token. I think this is the first time I've gotten a CGS Mobile Worker token in this. Looks really cool. Still not the token that I'm looking for, but that's okay. So yeah, it is really hard to get those new type promos. Like, obviously the winner one is one thing, but even the pilots, it sucks not having as much access to those. And there was one event where I made it all the way to the top 2. I was undefeated. Beat everybody that came before me. And I lost in the final round. But because of the way that the Gundam in the Bandai system works, based on who I had played, I went from 2nd place all the way down to 5th. So I lost out on that pilot promo for that. Really salty about that. Rares, we got Vertigo. And we've got another Altart Providence Gundam. Oh man. There is part of me that is really tempted to just keep all the Providence. If I get a playset of them, I'm keeping all the Providences, but I might trade this just so I can get other cards, but that is hilarious that I now have 2 Providences, because I'm really excited to play Zaft. I'm really excited to play Zaft. Oh man, that is great. And I got the other one. two Providence Altarts. Oh, that's fantastic. But I will say, so despite me being salty about not being able to win new types, that's still not as bad as like the bigger deal events. So like the regionals, world champs, and whatnot. Like those are literally one of cards in terms of like people being able to win those, and I know that I'm not getting my hands on those, so it is what it is. Again, the big thing, at least for me, is the fact that like they're not mechanically unique cards. They're all just alt arts of cards that you can normally get. So in that regard, Gundam is great because it's easy enough. I shouldn't say easy enough to get into. It's easy enough like to be able to play the game. It's a matter of just getting your hands on the cards though. So rares, we got Gundam Flight Form. I'm not even gonna pronounce that because I haven't seen or watched Hathaway yet. I'm looking forward to it though. And Graham Acre. This is the guy that goes with that unit. Yeah, no, I will try and get all of the lower dollar cards at the very least, just so I can complete the collections. What's cool at this point is that like I have a master set. I have one of every card, excluding alt arts for the various sets. So I've at least gotten one of every card that I can get up to GD03. Granted, there's no way that I don't manage to get at least one of every card by the time that I've opened up like the next 2 boxes, but I like I said, I enjoy the art on these cards enough that I want to get something of everything. So rares, we've got Bridge Crew. Ooh, and we got Gundam Barbados Lupus. This is our first of this one. Another really cool one. I'm a fan of Iron-Blooded Orphans. It's like I said, I've watched almost all the modern Gundams. I still need to finish G-Quux. And I never finished watching the oh my god, I'm blanking. Eureka 7. The creator of that did a Gundam series at one point. I never finished that. Reconquista in G, I think was the name. God, that had a bunch of negative reactions from the community in that regard. But I watched Age. That was the first like modern Gundam I watched all the way through. And I love Build Fighters. I have loved every season of Build Fighters that we've had, just because they're just great celebrations of the franchise as a whole. Rares, we've got a Healthy Curiosity, and another Gundam NT1. I am like one away from a playset on that one now, which is great. Although, not a lot of people have been playing that one yet. We'll see how the meta shakes up. I will say, while I'm somebody that I like to check to see what the meta is playing, I am somebody that likes playing rogue decks. So rogue decks, for people that are unfamiliar with the term, when there's various cards that are meta, like people gravitate those. Rogue decks are ones where not a lot of people are playing them or even thinking that they're viable in that form. And the advantage there is if people are unfamiliar with playing with that, there's a chance that you can like get one over on them. Rares, we've got Penelope Middle Form and Gray's Ein. Regular resource there. So when the first new type happened, I ended up playing Zaft Federation. So Red, Blue, Zaft, and Earth Federation cards. The whole point of that was trying to like tap down enemy units so I could attack over them with Zaft stuff. I went 3-2, so it wasn't like I had a losing record with it, but did not make it out of that one. For the most recent new type challenge, new type 3, I tried red, purple, ping, and I like that one. I just had a tough matchup in the first one, and then second game was one where luck was just not on my side. Rares for this pack, we've got Paptimus, Sirocco, and another Camphor. That puts us at 2 Camphors. Cool, cool, cool. Down to our last 3 packs for box 1. Still looking for, I think, an alt art. I'm not sure if the SPs count against the box numbers for these. And then we're still looking for the foil resource. Haven't hit that yet. So, looking out for those. I am excited though for new type 4. That's coming out in 2 weeks time. I'm just excited to see the meta shaken up, just because it's been the same for so long. Rares, we got Ailstrike Gundam, Asumu Asuno, and the regular resource. Still waiting on that foil. For anyone that's like a fan of Gundam Seed, there's a Freedom Gundam is like the winner promo, and then Kira Yamato is the pilot for it. Which, speaking of Kira Yamato in like the English dub, I did not realize that his voice actor is the same guy that played Ed in Ed, Edd n Eddy. Really weird, but really interesting and hilarious at the same time. That's some vocal range right there. We've got Jupitrus. Ooh, that is a beautiful card. We've got the Look of Determination alt art. So this one's a rare alt art. That is just gorgeous. Look at that. Hot damn. That is a great looking card. Okay, which means that our foil resource is in here, or I'm an idiot and I overlooked a foil resource at one point. We're gonna hope it's not. We're gonna hope it's not the latter, and hope that it's the former. But this has been a fantastic box. Great pulls. Very happy with that. And again, depending on what I get from these 3.5 boxes, depending on what I get, I'm still going to 2 more release events. I'm going to one the day after I record this video, and I'm going to one the Saturday after I record this video. So I should be able to get my hands on even more cards and trade up to what I need to. Rares for this pack, we got Penelope Middle Form, Gray's Ein, and there is the foil resource. So you can see that it's shiny there. So this one is the Gray's Ein. So literally from the same pack. That is pretty funny. From Iron-Blooded Orphans, the Gallarhorn units. Has a great card. So once again, even with the resources too, you get like the non-foil versions of all of those in the sets. They have a different unit, like they have 10 units, I believe it is, in every set. I go with these. It's just another just fun collectability aspect of it. So just showing off what I got here. Like I said, this has been a fantastic box. Fantastic. Got everything in frame. Got everything. Oh man. I'm happy with this. I'm happy, absolutely happy with what we've gotten so far. This has been fantastic. And I have a moment here I can show off some promo stuff here too. So I mentioned the release events. I mentioned how you can get special cards for going to these release events. So usually it's cards that are part of like that upcoming set, usually. So in the case of this one, like two of the ones that we've got Bernard Wiseman, and we got his Zaku 2 FZ. So like these were like part of the set. Like if you paid attention with me opening up various packs, you probably saw variations of these two. So that was one thing. The really cool one though, Mikazuki August. So I got him as an SP. He was the promo here. And this is art by Toyotaro from Dragon Ball Super fame. He made a Mikazuki alt art. In Japan, this was available if you bought a certain volume of V-Jump, and they made it a promo for like this release event. So by the end of this, I'm probably going to have like 2 playsets worth of this card, which is amazing. I really enjoy going to events and getting these cards. Like, I enjoy adding them to my collection. I just really enjoy the art of these Gundam cards. And I know I would enjoy getting into One Piece or like getting back into Digimon for the art. I really can't afford to like get myself into a third card game. I still play Magic the Gathering here and there. I mainly, like I said, I mainly play releases. I mainly play Commander. Sometimes I'll get like a box for a various set, but with like the prices of things going up, just that's not the most realistic thing. So Gundam is my main go-to. And the nice thing is it's like it's very cost effective to go and play these events. So like the regular weekly shop tournaments are usually like $10. You win packs for participating and playing against each other. You get like the store tournament packs as well, and if you win, you get a winner pack. Or like a winner variation of the promo. New type challenges, those range anywhere from like $5 to $30, and that all depends on like the store's prize support for that. Release events, like the ones I just went to, those are usually like $30 to $40, and that depends on how many packs that they give you. Rares from this pack, we got Gundam Virtue, and starting off with an alt, or alt. Starting off with the LR, we got the Grand Union Flag Custom again. So, starting off easy peasy there. So we are just one away from having a play set of that. But yeah, it's cheap enough to get into. The starter decks, at least MSRP wise, MSRP on the starter decks is $12. Super affordable. Only problem is distribution on them. They sold out really fast of starter decks 1 through 4. They sold out really fast of starter deck 5. Starter deck 6, they had it for a bit. That eventually sold out. 7 and 8 are the ones out now, but it's been an uphill battle for getting reprints of those. Rares here, we got Guai's Commander type and Kshatriya Besarung. Regular resource there. So like I said, I've been very fortunate in that I've gotten 2 of each starter deck outside of the Xeon one. Like I said, still kicking myself about that. The markup on them is insane because for a few reasons. So one, obviously, is the scarcity of it. Second thing is that every starter deck has a bonus card. You get an alt art, so essentially like a hollow treatment of one of the cards that is printed in that starter deck. Okay, we got the Masala, and this is my first. Is it my first? I think this is the first regular Providence Gundam that I've gotten. Great. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Let's do a double check here. Okay. Alright. I'm thinking... I think that is my first regular Providence. That is actually hilarious. That is the first regular Providence that I've gotten. And I've gotten 2 alt arts. So, I need one more out of the next box, because... I mean, well, how crazy would that be to get 3 alt arts of Providence across all these packs? That'd be really crazy. Not impossible, but geez. Train of thought. So, like I said, you get a foil alt art card, not usually alt art card, but the units, there's 2 copies of 2 different LRs in each starter deck. So if you get like the foil of that, you get like a special one with like the symbol for that unit in the background. It's a different like hollow texture and whatnot. Rares, we've got Eternal, Z Gundam Biosensor, regular resource. But the third reason, the even bigger gamble, is the God packs. So a God pack is where you get a starter deck where every card is hollow. You get the hollow alt art of it. They're very rare. I've never seen somebody open one in front of me. I have heard of one instance of a shop that I go to. Somebody got a God pack of one of the first 4 starter decks, but I haven't seen it happen again. So that is the aspect of the gambling where that keeps the value up on them. I got Gundam X Divider, Zaku 2 FZ, regular resource. And it is worth mentioning, there is the possibility of a God pack in the booster boxes too. You can get all alt arts in a pack of the booster packs. I have not seen anyone open one of those. At least anyone that I know. I've seen them on like the Facebook and the Reddit pages and whatnot. I envy them so much. And it would be amazing to be able to open one of those. But like I said, that's something that it keeps the price up on the starter decks because a lot of people buy them and they're trying to get that. Rares, we got Raoul Le Creuset and another Gundam Barbados Lupus. So now we got 2 of those. Alright. So you will see people online, they will crack open these starter decks. If they don't get a God Pack, they will just keep the alt art, the hollow card that's in the pack, and then they will sell the brick. And they'll sell it for $30+ depending on the starter deck. And some of them have gone for more than that, but it really does make it unfortunate for people that don't have the ability to get those cards normally. Rares, we got a Healthy Curiosity, Penelope Middle Form, Regular Resource. What is nice though, at least things seem to be up on the upswing. So the way that people can get into events, if you're interested in Gundam, there is a Bandai app, their event app, that will show you the events, when they're happening, where they're happening. If you're someone in the States, there's a way to filter it so that you can see events specifically for your state. And it'll show you distance from where you live. So that's a neat little feature too. Rares, we got Grey Zine and Freedom Gundam. First Freedom Gundam from the packs here. That is another great card. I opened up one of these in my sealed play, so I at least have 2 of those now. And goes back to what I was saying before of like, even with 3 boxes, you are not getting playsets of these cards, the LRs, just because you only get so many. Which is the point. I mean, obviously they don't want to make it like too easy for you to get all the cards, because it would just make it so that the value of the packs are lesser as a result. As I was saying though, with events, they've hosted events for the various starter decks as they've come out and whatnot. So with 7 and 8, those were Gundam 00 and Gundam Hathaway. They had a lot of events, and they even had rares. We got Bridge Crew and Zadra, regular resource. There were a lot of events that I saw. I was able to sign up for multiple. I only ended up going to one because I was able to buy the other starter deck that I did not get then. And then one of my stores that I normally go to, I was able to get pre-ordered copies. A lot of stores still had stock of the starter decks afterwards, so that is great. Like, they're printing more. They're realizing, oh wow, there is demand for this card game. Which, you know, you'd think they would learn that lesson faster, just because of how it's sold, but there's a lot of card games right now. Everyone is fighting for elbow room at the printers, so, you know, you can only make so many pivots so fast. Rares, we've got Gundam Barbados Adapt and Hammurabi. Regular resource. Still have not seen the token that I'm looking for. My god. I saw somebody posting on Reddit that they were having like a difficult time getting it, and I guess I'm experiencing that now because I didn't even get one of that token in the first box. Again, I'll show it when I get to it. Knock on wood, but still disheartening. And in terms of getting boxes, like I said, obviously I got my hands on 3 boxes for MSRP. GD02 was very hard for people to get their hands on. So I'm thankful that we're seemingly rounding the corner on that. Whereas we got Gundam Death Scythe Hell and another copy of the O. I think that... Have we finally gotten to a playset of that? I think so. I think we've finally gotten to a playset of the O. Just double check. Had one in that stack. And then I had one in that stack. Cool. So including an alt art that I have of the O, I have a playset. I can play Jupiterist now. Oh, that's exciting. But yeah, supply of GD03 is a lot better than GD02. So that is really cool. Like, I'm excited to be able to go play like weekly events and be able to win packs and try and get my hands on more alt arts and LRs that other people need so I can get more alt arts. I love playing this game. And I can only speak for like my area, but like the people that have been playing Gundam have been super chill compared to like some of the other card games I've played. So that's been really nice. Rares, we've got Gwai's Commander type, Kshatriya Besarung, and there is our foil resource. So we've got Gundam Dynamis. There is the foil resource this time around. Very nice. But yeah, super chill. Granted, with the new type challenge, yeah, you have some people where they're a bit sweaty, they're tryhards, but again, like I mentioned before, with how scarce the pilot cards are, and obviously the winner cards are, like, I don't blame people. I've had my sweaty gamer moments too, just to, you know, try, but so far I have failed, which is sad, but it is what it is. Rares for this one, we've got Paptimus Sirocco and Ailstrike Gundam. Still working my way towards getting a playset of the Paptimus so I can pilot the O. But getting there. Running out of things to say. Oh, there's a lot to talk about with Gundam, but there's only so much I remember. I will say I'm really excited. Like, while I haven't watched every Gundam series, I will say I have a playlist on YouTube and Spotify saved of all the Gundam openings, and it's really cool just seeing the history of the entire series. Rares, we got Gundam Fusion Rate Bake Full City and Look of Determination. I'm excited for the various series that will eventually be printed. I mentioned before that I'm excited for G Gundam. Turn A Gundam was another one that was previewed recently. They've supported every series that they've printed in one of these booster boxes so far has gotten additional support, which is great. They haven't like printed something and then abandoned it. While some stuff might have only gotten a little bit of support in GD02, they've gotten more support in GD03. I think the only one that didn't really get support in GD03 was the Witch from Mercury, but the Witch from Mercury had support in GD02, so there's kind of the trade-off there. Rares, we've got Vertigo and another G-Quux Omega Psycom. I have way more than a playset at that for that one. Not that I would even necessarily run 4 of that one. That'd probably be like a 2 or 3 of, depending on the deck, but which is another thing. Going back to like deck construction and whatnot, you have to be careful of what you put in your deck and ratios of cards, and that's the same for any card game. That's not unique to Gundam, but because it's a best of one format so far for the vast majority of games, it's one of those things where you have to be careful on what you take and what you put in, because having too many big things and you can't play them really hurts. Rares, we got Asimu Asano and Gundam Age 2 Normal. Oh, we finally got it. So the pilot and his respective unit from Gundam Age. But look at this. The ad balloon, the giant Santa balloon from Cyclops team. Oh my god, I finally got the token. That's the first one that I've opened in 2 boxes so far. That is the first ad balloon. That is crazy. Best token in the game, though. Absolutely. That's just so fun. That is so fun. Oh man, and now I've completely lost my train of thought. I was so excited to see the ad balloon that it's just everything else went away. Oh well. That being said, I'm if you've stuck around this far, I definitely want to hear you down in the comments if you're somebody that plays Gundam. If you don't play the Gundam card game, if you like build Gunpla, if you watch the anime, read the manga, you know, let's get a discussion going. Rare's got Jupitris. Ooh, and we got our first alt art of the box, Bridge Crew. It's another rare alt art. That is adorable. That is so cute. Again, I love the art. I love the foil treatments that these get. They're so nice. Such a cool looking game. I'm excited with more stuff coming out. I love collecting this. It's so fun. And I'm at that point where I need to get another binder, or I need to repurpose another binder, so I can put more cards in, because my master set for box sets 1, 2, and starter decks 1 through 6 is full. So if I want to put starter decks 7 and 8 and then booster box 3, I need to get myself another binder. But if you'd like to see said binders or whatnot, by all means, let me know in the comments for that too. Improved technique in Gundam Curios. But as I was saying before, let me know what your level of Gundamness, sure, that's the word we'll use, what your level of Gundamness is, what your involvement is. If you play the game, what do you play? What are your favorite cards? Like, what are your favorite arts? Like, what cards do you really like? I will say one of the cards, 2 of the cards that I'm sad I don't have the alt arts for from GD02 would be Gundam Epion and Psycho Gundam. I think the art on those is absolutely fantastic. Well, it's unfortunate not getting, like, you know, plus cards. I did get the Gundam plus resource from the first set. I didn't get it from the second set, and I have yet to pull a plus unit card, but I do love the art on those. Love the treatment. Gundam Curios, Gundam Virtue. No way. As I'm talking about plus resource, I didn't think I could get to. I got the plus G-Fred resource. Oh my god. No way. Oh, does that count as my alt? Like, does that Is that my second alt art? So, like, so look at the foiling difference between, like, the plus, you got, like, the gold compared to, like, the regular resource. Oh, oh, that's awesome. Oh, that is so cool. Well, okay, so I now have 2++ resources. I still need to get the one from GD02, but oh man. Oh, I'm just giddy now. Oh, that is awesome. Again, I love Gundam. I love the Gundam card game. I love getting this cool stuff. Oh, it's great. Oh man. Okay, so I at this point I'd be really happy if I could get a ++ unit. I highly doubt it, but like that is like oh man. This has just been highlight after highlight with what I've gotten from these 3.5 boxes so far, and I still have a third box. That's great. All right, so rares, we've got Red Gundam, Tyrion, Tao Z, regular resource. Man. And you know, like, it's not like Pokemon. It's not like Magic collector booster boxes where like you have cards that like all of a sudden are like thousands of dollars. But like, it's so cool to open cards like that, to get the ones that are like super rare. And I don't sell the Gundam cards because again, I'm just trying to collect them. But like that's just awesome. That makes me happy. Alright, Gundam Flight Form, Graham Acre, regular resource. I'm definitely starting to think that might be my other alt art of the box. Which if that is the case, that is still fine. That is absolutely fine. I am not complaining about that. But oh boy. I'm gonna be giddy the rest of the night now. I'm also excited to show these off with the people that I play with. Really need to think of what I want to talk about now. I'm just so lost in the moment. All right, Zahar Gillette, are you kidding me? That is our third Providence Gundam alt art. 1 Providence alt art. 2 Providence alt arts. 3 how like what are these boxes? I know I said that I wanted to play Zap, I wanted to play Providence, but like that's ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Wow, okay. You know, I jinxed myself into having 3 Providence Gundam alt arts so far. How is that even possible? My god, if I somehow open a fourth Providence Gundam alt art in that box, I will absolutely run Zaft, and I will run the playset of the alt arts, because that is insane. That is a flex. That is a crazy flex. My god. These boxes, these packs have been crazy. Absolutely crazy. And for those of you that don't play Gundam and you're watching me, which thank you if you are this far in, my god. You're probably like, what is with this guy? But Awakened Potential, Gundam Haraboshi. Oh man. I can't even. I can't even. I can't even. I'm a man of many words. I'm a man of many yappings and ramblings and whatnot, and I'm at a loss of words with what we got going on here so far, as I'm just struggling to open this last pack off screen here. So let's see what we got for the last pack. Are we getting anything crazy? We got a G-Bouncer and another Camphor. That puts us at 3 Camphors. 1 away from a playset of that. Very possible that I'll get that last one in this last box here. Alright. We are doing really great. We are doing really, really great. Man, wow. I am once again just super happy with what we are getting here so far. That is everything that we've got from box number 2. Keeping that G-Fred on top where it belongs. That is so cool. I don't even necessarily care what we open in box 3 at this point, because I am just like, everything else at this point is just gravy. I am so happy with what we've gotten so far. Would love to still see some cool alt arts. Like, as funny as it is to get 3 Providence alt arts, I would love to get more alt arts so I can get other things in my collection. But again, just I still can't believe that 3 Providence alt arts. It is just nutso. Alright. Last box. I'm gonna try and speed this up a bit, since at this point you've seen me open enough. So let's just run through it. So going through the commons and uncommons. Alright, so we got Gundam Haraboshi second form and a Gundam Exia Transam to start things off. First LR of the box. Cool. I believe at this point that means I've got a playset of the Transams, which is cool. I don't know that I would run... I'm curious to see if people run 4 copies of that or not in a CB deck, just because of the 7 cost. I feel like that'd be a 3 of, but I don't know. What we got for pack number 2? Getting there. We got Rowley Crusette and Zehart Galette. I will be sad though if now that I have 4 Providences, 3 of which that are alt arts, if I don't have 4 copies of Rowley Crusette to pilot that is silly. If I got an alt art of Rowley Crusette, that'd be pretty cool though. Like, will that into existence in this box. Alright, so we got Eternal, and we got another alt art of G-Quux Omega Psycom. I'm not complaining, but at the same time, I don't know what it is with me pulling the same alt arts. Now I've got 2 of that one. Like, man, I shouldn't complain. And I'm not complaining about getting LR alt arts, because you're getting an alternate art card of the highest rarity in the game. The highest normal rarity in the game. But that is I've had the weirdest luck with pulls today. That is okay. I will say though, it's a great art on that card though. I love the dark energy and everything of that card. I got Look of Determination, Graham Acre, and regular resource there. This is gonna be great for my trade binder though. That's for sure. Get some additional alt arts, or in the event that I'm not able to fill up my playsets of various things, you know, that'll help me in that regard. But I would love to trade for other alt arts and bolster my collection in that regard if I'm able to get what I need from all this. Grey's Ein, and another Freedom Gundam. Fantastic. Now I got 3 of those. And White really did not need as much support as they continue to get, but they can continue to get it. That Freedom Gundam is a ridiculous card. I've got blockers, and I also have a giant 4/5 body that you have to get through to get to my shields. Ha ha ha. Because Freedom and Kira Yamato needed that, clearly. Oy vey. Alright, so we got Barbados Adapt, Paptimus Sirocco, righty-tighty. I wasn't kidding about running out of things to say, my god. Alright. Going through the packs. Going through the packs. Singing silly songs. We got Jupitrus, Gundam Virtue, and a regular resource. Again, for anyone that's still here that hasn't played the Gundam TCG yet, if it's something that interests you, by all means, look up stuff online, join like the Gundam subreddit. Along with the event app, there's also a teaching app that allows you to learn the game. That's a great way to do it, like on the phone. There's a ton of different simulators online as well. I personally use Zumbo Sim, but there are other ones that people use that allow you to just play the game with whatever cards that you want. It's great. Got Gundam Kyrios, Kshatriya Besarung, and a regular resource. Which I will say, like, I think every Bandai game at this point has had like a teaching app game, but it works. I mean, it walks you through the basics, what you need to know. Obviously, you can watch various YouTube videos and whatnot. While I can't promise that I would make any additional videos of me playing, at least on like the main channel, this is definitely like a special occasion kind of thing. It's something I would consider for like a secondary channel maybe in the future if I ever got to that point. Got Bridge Crew, Hammurabi, regular resource. I've thrown around the idea of doing like a secondary channel just because I still try and keep things like manga and anime focused on this channel just because I know that's what people, you know, come to me for. That's what I built this channel up to be. But I have other interests like other people have. I just don't want to draw too much focus away from one thing or the other, but like, you know, I wanted to show off one of the other passions that I have. Rare's got Z Gundam Biosensor and G-Fred. That's the first one that I've seen from these boxes. I did pull one from my regular, or from my sealed packs, but is that the first? I'm pretty sure that's the first G-Fred that I've pulled. Let's just double check in here. Okay, I didn't from the half box worth. I didn't from box 1. And I didn't from box 2. Yeah, that's only my second G-Fred. I'm gonna need to trade Altar. I'm gonna need to trade the Omega Psycom so I can get some G-Freds. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, no, obviously, for those that do follow the channel and whatnot, like, I was doing the 365 manga challenge. I was getting burnt out from trying to finish a manga per day, and then, you know, things were only made worse with YouTube with the copyright strikes, and I was like afraid that I was going to lose the channel and whatnot. Whereas I got Rowley Crusette, Zehart Galette, regular resource. So the thing that kind of, you know, took my mind off of that was the Gundam card game. It was like another outlet for me to do something fun. Now granted, like, I missed YouTube. Like, I missed doing that content and whatnot, but like I was in a... Things weren't like the greatest in like the second half of the year. Or even like leading up to the second half of the year. But Gundam was definitely a bright spot for me. So, like, that's why it was such a big deal for me to even get as much as I did and to, you know, share that with the viewers. Whereas we got Vertigo, a healthy curiosity, regular resource. And it, like I said before too, it's a super chill community. I've gotten along really well with the various people that I've played against. You know, obviously it sucks to lose. It sucks to lose against the people you know. It sucks to beat the people that you know, because you're all playing to get packs or cards or whatnot. But we all have fun playing this game. We all have fun collecting this game. And if I can get more people interested in it, wanting to play it, great. I want this game to survive. I want this game to thrive. I want to see the game continue for years so I can keep buying, collecting, and playing it, because it is so much fun. Rares, we got Masala and the O. Definitely have the place out of the O at this point. My god. Like, I really enjoy this game. It's really fun for me. It's easy to follow along. It's fun to deck build. It's fun to like try and like get new strategies in a meta that, like, you know, for the most part, like, people are set in their ways of like what they want in their decks. It's fun to go against that. It's fun to buck the trend. I just really enjoy this game, and I'm excited for GD03 because it's allowing for a lot more decks to have a chance that didn't before. Got Gundam X Divider, Red Gundam, regular resource. Like, there's a lot of potentially viable decks, and I think that makes for a healthy metagame. Because up to this point, you know, I shouldn't say, you know, up to this point, we've had it where you've had two decks in the lead. You've had 1 Year War, and you've had wing blockers, essentially. You had Ping as like another option. Blue-Purple Rush has been a new one that popped up. I mean, it's still like the Amuro core in blue, but I'm excited to see what other decks can break through with the support that they've been given, or, you know, the new ones that came out with GD03. Improved Technique, Guai's Commander Type, regular resource. Like, obviously the two that I've talked about, Jupitris with the O, and Zaft with the Providences. Like, I am absolutely going to be building and playing those decks. Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I have not pulled a single Ultron Gundam yet. If I don't get one from this box, that is like the one LR that I will not have for like a master set. That is also crazy to think about. All right, Awakened Potential, Gundam Fusion Rebake Full City, regular resource. Okay, so that is something, obviously at this point we are crossing our fingers that we get that, since I haven't even gotten a regular copy, let alone an altar to that. I wouldn't mind playing Wing some more, but again, like, that was the first deck that I played at the start of everything, and I stopped playing it just because it just felt oppressive. Like I said, it's not like a tier 0 deck. It's not unbeatable. Like, people throw around the term like a rock paper scissors meta. Gundam Flight Form and Graham's Union Flag Custom. But I don't know. It's still a fun archetype. It's just, it's definitely one of the ones that I've heard some of the most complaints about, just because it is such a strong. The breach mechanic is something that is intrinsically tied to Wing, Shenlong Gundam, G-Team, and they keep getting support with more breach and whatnot, and like, I know people are like, get upset about it, but it's still fun. It's just, yeah, a lot. Penelope middle form, Zadra, regular resource. So again, still hoping that I get an Ultron just so I can have one for my master set, but definitely not something I'm gonna get a playset of at this point. I also really want to build Blue-Green Earth Federation. Got Kashachi Abesarong, Sea Gundam Biosensor, and okay, another thing for my trade binder. So we've got another Gray's Ein foil resource. Trade that for another one, so I can get that for my collection. But Blue-Green Earth Federation, the age stuff is all Earth Federation. I want to use the Penelope stuff from the Gundam Hathaway starter deck. So I think that'll have some interesting synergy. I still want to play ping decks because I enjoy playing those. I really enjoy red ping. I've played like red purple ping has been something that I want to keep building upon, see if I can make that better, or just red ping, just build upon that. G Bouncer and Camphor, so I now have a full play set of that. I guess with that, you know, I could absolutely go for a Cyclops team deck, see if that works out. What else? Vegan, new UNE. I still want to try and do something with that. The Daughters token stuff, that's not really great. But the units themselves aren't bad, and they just got a high maneuver unit in this set. Ailstrike Gundam and G-Quux and Mega Psycom. Okay, I've got enough of that where I can use that as trade fodder at this point too. Along with the alt art, obviously. We are on the last 3 packs. What will we get? Still need an alt art. Still need our last alt art. But yeah, I mean, by the end of this, we'll see what I need to trade for. Like, after the video is done and whatnot, and I get my like binder together, we'll see what I need. Gundam Death Scythe Hell and Gundam NT1. I now definitely have a play set of that. 2 packs left. But I've said it a lot, and I will continue to be excited for GD03 and what it has to offer. Alright. Second to last pack. What do we got? We got Asemu Asuno. Ooh! Alright, we got the alt art of Gundam Barbados Lupus. That is a gnarly looking card. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. Okay. Last pack. And I'm noticing too, again, I only had one ad balloon token. I only had one of the Santa balloon token. These boxes are crazy. In both good and bad ways. Like, crazy stuff. Last pack, what do we got? Are we going to end on a high note? Are we going to end on whatever? Let's see. Alright. We got Saku2 FZ and Tiran Tauzi. So, nothing crazy at the end there. But it's... I can't complain. I can't complain with what we opened in these 3.5 boxes. Like, I've had some really cool stuff here. So this is the stuff, this is everything that was from this box. Great stuff there. Let's show off all all the alt arts that we got from these boxes, because we got some really cool stuff. Okay. So we got these guys. We got the G-Fred++ resource. We got Providence #1. We got Providence #2. We got the other Omega Psycom. Just I put it there for now. Providence #3. Look of Determination. And then the Mikazuki August. Great. Just great. And then just to show it off again. Show off the pair. Finish the video. The one that I got from the release packs. It's been great. So once again, if you stuck with me to the end of the video, thank you all for being here. It's been great. I'm stoked to play with all these cards, trade these cards and whatnot. But I'm gonna end things here. Thank you for being here. My name is Axel Blaze. If you want to see more content like this, let me know. If you enjoyed watching me rip packs and be super excited and yammer on and on and on and on, let me know. Thank you. See y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.